So in this video, I'm going to be talking about depression and how it's the darkest emotion. So there's so many things that can cause depression. Loneliness is a big factor. Eating unhealthy, bad foods that make you lethargic, or, at the end of the day, they can make you depressed because of, it sits in your stomach and you feel, oh, I don't want to go out and do this or do that. You sit in your bed all day and you just start thinking. And I'm never saying that thinking's bad, but it depends on what that brain is running, it depends on what you're thinking of. So if you're thinking of a sad breakup with your ex-girlfriend, or family life, what's going on in your family, you start overthinking the negativity of things, that causes huge depression. Stressful events, like if you're at school and there's something that's going down and it's not going good when it comes to the grades, or people are making fun of you, bullies, or your life is just not going the way that you thought it would, or the way that it should be going. So things like that all cause depression as well. And depression is a sadness, and it's all in the brain. It's on how you interpret things and how you make of things. So what I mean by that is everybody can fall into the depression aspect. It's an emotion. Sadness is an emotion. So everybody has all these emotions. Everybody has sadness in them. Everybody can be sad at a certain point in life. It's about the breakthrough and how you break out of it. And that's the biggest turn on, The biggest turn on in the world is breaking out of negativity, breaking out of situations that can cause disrupting positivity, disrupting the great happiness of life. And that's the form of depression. Is probably the deepest and darkest one of them all. So it really tries to suck you under and tries to bring you down with it. And it all depends on what's going on in your daily life. So if you have a strong will, a strong mind, and you see sports or something that helps you out, that you get a sense of euphoria, you get all these endorphins that are released through activities, and you're happy with the friends that you're hanging out with and all this good stuff, that'll be a way of attacking the depression. I also find a way of finding things that you love. So whatever it is in life, go for that. Whatever you desire, whatever makes you happy in this world, go for that. At the end of the day, you can't sometimes control how somebody's going to act, other people. You can only control what you're going to do. So if you go somewhere and there's a situation where someone's giving you a hard time, or things aren't going the way that you wish it was in your family, and you wish that this person would act this way, but they're not, and loved ones or people that you used to love, when it comes to relationship status, sometimes that can really put a toll on your brain, and you just wish that things went the great route, that went this way, but then ended up going that way. But that's life. There's ups and downs, and you gotta fight through that. You gotta see that this is a bad situation, and that you gotta get out of it by doing things that will make yourself a better person. So I feel like those are all big ones, but the biggest one is by letting other people control your life. What I mean by that is, if you love somebody, or you lost friends along the way, or people are giving you a hard time, or you feel like people are judging you, or any type of situation, like stressful things, like, you look in the mirror and you wish that you could lose another 50 pounds, or you wish that you looked this way or that way, you wish that your nose didn't look like that. So you end up doing things such as binge eating, overeating, making things way worse, going overboard, going to get tubs of ice cream and just start crying yourself, looking at TVs at night, and then you start getting nose jobs or facelifts and stuff like that because you just wish that your face didn't look like that. You start doing things that aren't going to help the situation, just further make them worse, further go down a bad path is what I should say. So don't let other people control your life. There's a thing called peer pressure. Don't fall into it, because peer pressure leads to depression. If you start getting too upset about things, or things you feel like your mind is set on, and you feel like you should be, in a status of going down a path of, friendships, or or family matters or something where you feel like everything has to be A plus, everything has to be perfect, everything has to go this certain way in life. But sometimes life takes hard, sharp turns, and you got to realize that not everything is happy and everything's pleasurable in life. You know, there's gonna be things that's gonna hit you in the face, and you're just gonna have to go through it, break through it, and find the good in things. You know, if you always see the bad in things and you're always a negative person, you're always seeing sadness, then you're gonna start going down that sadness path. So, you know, like I said before, the major ones of depression is the food, stressful events, lost friendships, girls or guys that you were in love with, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're not there in your life, and you wish that it went that way, but it didn't. And you know, sitting in your bed all day and just thinking about these negative things just worsen the matter, because then you start doing things to your body that's just putting a toll on it in a negative way. You just keep going further and further down that route, and that just makes it way worse. So if you are depressed, always try to reach for help if you can't find a way to battle it yourself. If you can't look in the mirror and say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to get up and destroy this and act like this doesn't even exist in my life anymore, and I'm just going to be happy for the rest of my life. If you need help, go for it. Get the help that you need, you know? I went through depression before too. I told you guys that, but I went down a bad path. I was in my room for like 2 straight months. It could have been 3 months, honestly. It was 2 to 3 months of just staying in my room, not getting out of bed. I grew a long beard. I didn't shower. I was just always sad. And it's because I really hated myself, you know? I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. I was always nervous about things. I thought that people were judging me. So anxiety had a big play in it, but I was just really depressed. I was just not liking who I was. I didn't like the way things were going in life. And I wish I was a different person. But one day I broke out of that, you know? And it's through music, it's through inspiration of videos that I've seen on YouTube. It was really myself getting up and saying, hey, I want to be a better person. And in order to be a better person, you got to fight through things yourself sometimes. And that's what I did. Of course, I got some help here and there from people, you know, because I needed it, and I did. But then when I didn't need that anymore, I just needed myself. And after I needed myself, I broke through that depression. And I don't even know what depression is anymore. I really don't. And I'm proud of myself, and I attacked it and I beat it. I stomped on it. It's done. Done now. So I said goodbye to it, and I defeated depression. It is no longer existent in my life. So if you want to attack something and beat it, you just got to look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do it myself. Brain is a huge part of the body. Cardiovascular, your heart too, of course, but when I say the brain controls your whole entire thought process, that's where the emotions come into play. So keep a healthy mind, keep a healthy body, and at the end of the day, kick some ass. That's all I gotta say. Yep, so let's do it. I just want to keep everybody happy and safe in 2024, and stay active and get kinetic.